Hey, I'm Sam from Barn2, and today I'll show you how to customize your cart, checkout, and confirmation pages with Elementor Pro. This means that you can transform these pages from a boring set of default pages into something that actually matches the branding on your website. And if you stay to the end, I'll show you a plugin that you can use to speed up the entire cart and checkout process for your customers, which will help to increase your conversions. More on that later. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so today I actually wanted to start at the end of the purchasing journey with the order confirmation page. Most first-timers don't even realize that this is a page they need to set up in the first place. But it's actually a great opportunity to build both trust and loyalty with your customers long-term. Well, I'll admit the pages I've set up today are kind of simple. Main point is to show you how they can be customized overall, and the rest is up to you. So you can see on this page here, I've got a nice check mark which matches the color branding on my store. And it states that the order is confirmed. And then you can write a little note here, something that actually conveys your brand voice as well. Then of course, there are all kinds of order details, and you can see that these boxes have been customized further as well. And you could go further to add more upsells and stuff, but obviously you don't want to overdo it with this page because, you just made a sale and that should be good enough for now. So you may actually need to make a new page for this step, and then you need to add the condition that this new page will show up as the order confirmation. So I'll start at my dashboard, and you may actually need to create a new page as I mentioned. In this case, I already have the page created, so I'll just search for it here. This is the order confirmation page, and you can see it's edited with Elementor. So if I dive in and click on edit with Elementor, it's going to take us straight into the editor, and I'll show you how I built this page very quickly. So this is using the single page template, and I've just set it up with a couple of custom widgets. So the first widget is an icon box. So you can search for that here. Icon, and then there's icon box, and I'll just drag in another one so you can see how this process looks. This is what it looks like before editing, and you can choose a new icon. Going into the library, you can search for something like a check mark, and you can even update the style. And in here, this is where you can change things like the spacing, content spacing, alignment, icon position, and under the icon, you can also change its size and its color. You can choose something from your color palette. And then in the content section, you can also update the typography. And if you go back into this content tab, you can actually change the text here. So this is where you will change what shows up. So I wrote order confirmed. Thank you for your purchase. Our team is already working as fast as we can to ship it out. And this is where you can get nice and creative. Then I also added a divider here, and let me just quickly delete the one that we don't need. And in the next section, I've added the purchase summary widget. So that's a widget here. You can just drag and drop that in, and that will dynamically pull all the details for the customer related to their order. But we can actually go a step further and we can edit this. So if I click on here, you can see that there's a confirmation message, which I can show or hide. I'm going to hide it in this case because I already have a confirmation message at the top of the page. And if you click on each of these, you can see which dynamic tags are showing up here. And you can change things like the alignment, for example, if you want to. But what we really care about is this style tab. And you can see I've already made quite a lot of little changes. I added a solid border with a width of 2. You can see if I make it thicker, that's what happens there. And I changed the color to my primary color, but you might prefer something different. You can totally play around with these style settings and come up with something totally unique for your store. I also added border radius for these boxes, so they'll have rounded corners. You can see increasing the roundedness and decreasing it like that. And I decided to also add some padding as well so that the text wasn't right on the edge of the box. You can further update things in the typography, though if you've already set up your typography and fonts globally, then this should be fairly straightforward. But do be aware of some of the colors because maybe the links or things like that are not quite set up with the right colors. So this is a link, for example. And if I open up the order details and scroll down to the buttons as well as the product link, then I can choose what color that is, both before and after the hover option. So if I change the hover option to something darker, it'll just go a little bit darker before I click on it. So really, there's a lot of these kinds of settings that you have for even a simple widget like this purchase summary widget. Then once you've saved this page, then you'll go to the Elementor logo here, click on Site Settings, WooCommerce, and then in here you can see all of the pages which Elementor is using for the different WooCommerce endpoints. So you come down here to purchase summary and you'll choose the page that you've just created. And in this case, it's our order confirmation page, which we've already selected. And double check while you're here that you have a page set up for your basket or cart and your checkout page as well. And once those are all set, we can edit them in the next section of this video. So from here, it might be easier just to exit to your WordPress dashboard, and then you can search for your other pages. And then we'll go ahead and customize the cart and checkout pages next. So I'll start by searching for my cart page here, and I'll click on Edit with Elementor. Now, this is an incredibly simple page. Again, if you want to add anything more to it, that's up to you, but I would also try to keep it as simple as possible. In fact, we're going to make some steps here to try and simplify it even further. So you can see the entire structure of this page is just a heading, which I added. You can decide to add and customize it, or you can just use the default heading for the page. And then there's the basket or cart widget. It may depend on which version of WordPress you have. I think I have the UK version for some reason, so that's why it shows up as basket and not cart. Anyway, you just drag and drop that in there. And you can see by default, it looks quite a bit different than what I have down here. Okay, not quite a bit different, but different enough. So first of all, you can see I've updated all of the colors of the buttons. I've even added this sort of hover color effects as well. I've added outlines, but generally I didn't want to change too many things on this page. Let's just see how we change some of those different settings, just so you're aware. First of all, I'll just delete this one we don't need. And we'll go first of all in the content section. You can change it to a 1-column layout. And this just simplifies things. Obviously, you also want to check the responsive layout. This will always be just 1 column, even if you set it to 2 columns over here. You can decide if this kind of layout is what you want, but I actually think the 2 columns is a little bit cleaner and it's more similar to modern e-commerce platforms when you're shopping on desktop. There's also a coupon setting. You can choose to show or hide this coupon adding field. If you're running coupons on your site, obviously you should keep this active. You can also change things like the alignment, and then later we can update the styles, colors, and so on. Same sort of settings within the totals. You can add the section title. You can have an update for the shipping button. And by the way, this is actually a toggle. When you go on the page, it'll drop down and be editable. And then there's the proceed to checkout button, which you obviously need on this page. If we go into the style settings, the main thing I would worry about is things like your colors and how things are laid out in terms of spacing and all of that. So first, if we go to the typography tab here, you can see the only thing I really wanted to update was the link color. You can also change the color to something maybe darker. So now when I hover over these links, they'll just get a little bit darker within my color scheme. Of course, you can change all of the text and everything, but once again, if you do that in your global settings, then it should update everything rather than having to go through and update everything one by one individually. Under the forms, you can also edit the buttons. I've just added a color to the border of the buttons, and on hover, you can see I've actually added this color. So when you hover over the button, the text changes to white and the button changes to blue. Things like that are the sorts of things you can change as you go through these settings. Once again, we have the same kind of options here in the order summary. And then for the proceed to checkout button, you'll also want to update the colors, change the background type to classic, and then choose a color from your library or custom one if you need to. Once you're done editing that, click on publish, and we've already set this as our cart page in the settings, so we can move on to the checkout now. So I'll just click on the finder here in Elementor and search for the checkout. Once again, the structure of this page is very simple. Within the only section here, we have a heading for the checkout, which is my own custom thing. I use the post title, but you can update the style further from there, center it up, and edit the typography. Then there's the checkout widget, which once again is very customizable. You can change it from 2 columns to just 1 column if you like that cleaner layout. I think it takes up too much space on the page. I still prefer the 2 columns layout. Also, it makes the payments a little bit more visible there. You can make this right column sticky if you want to, and that will mean that it'll stay where it is until you're finished scrolling on this side, and then the payment will show up once you finish scrolling to the bottom. There's a whole bunch of options like this returning customer option. So there's this entire box set up for the returning customer. Then of course there's the billing details, there's the shipping details, and there's this option ship to a different address. These sections are actually set up in your theme, and if you want to remove or hide some of them, you can actually do so. I'll show you quickly how to do that. So I'm just exiting to WordPress here. And if I go to Appearance and then click on Customize, then click on WooCommerce and Checkout, there are a couple of fields like this company name field, which you can hide. And then there are other things which you can also hide or make optional. So if you don't want to collect the phone or the address line too, that's okay. Click on Publish, and that will just clean up your checkout a little bit more. If you're selling just digital products and you don't actually need any of the address fields, then you can use some custom code in your theme editor to hide those entirely. But that's not really what this video is about. It's just letting you know that you have that option. I also chose to hide the coupon on this checkout page, but in most cases, I would say it's better to leave this on both pages, on both your cart and checkout, so people always know where to find it and you don't lose a customer because of it. Finally, in the payment section here, there are a couple of options for the message, like agreeing to the terms and conditions of the site, and then you can change the alignment of the purchase button. You can click on Publish to save any changes, or you can always save as a draft as well. Then here in the Style tab, again, this is where all of the magic happens if you're a designer. And this is where you can really go to town and add things like colors, borders, change fonts, change how the different fields look and are interacted with. And once you're happy with everything through typography, forms, order summary, all very similar to the cart page that I just showed you. So I'm not going to show you again, but basically once you're happy with everything, you'll click on Publish or Save one more time. And those are all three of your pages done and designed. Then you'll need to test them out and go through a test checkout process. So if I go to my shop here, I can see I've already added some items to the cart. So let me just click on that right away. And my theme is just going to pop up this little preview of what my cart is. So if I go click on View Basket, you can see my customized cart page. Obviously not too many customizations, but I've got my preview, quantity pickers and all that. I can apply a coupon and then I can proceed to checkout. And you can see this shipping doesn't have all the address fields unless I click on this change button. So it'll try to preload the customer's address if possible. You can click on proceed to checkout. And then also with WooCommerce payments, it shows up with the Apple Pay and Google Pay options as well. And if I scroll down, you can see ship to a different address. I can disable that. When we've got our billing details here, everything required is highlighted. And if I scroll down, we do have a little problem with the way the coupon is displaying, so I'll have to fix that later, but you get the idea. So we can go through, click on there and place our order. And once we've placed our order, that will bring us to an order confirmation page. This will dynamically update depending on what was purchased. But other than that, you can see our design here actually looks very nice indeed. But obviously, even in the best case scenario, you're still asking the customer to go through quite a few steps in order to finish their purchase. So they're finding products, they're adding them to their basket one by one, and then they're going to the cart page, then the checkout page, and finally they get to the order confirmation page. So that's at least 3 or 4 different page reloads from the time the customers start shopping to the time when they actually finish their purchase. And page reloads can be slow, and they can also lead to frustration for customers. They can feel like the steps are too long. So I have a handy solution for that. What I'll do is I'll just go back to my WordPress site here, and I'll click on Plugins, Add Plugin, and then I'll click on Upload. And I have a plugin called WooCommerce Fast Cart from Barn2. I'll install that now on my site. And if it's your first time getting this plugin, you'll probably be sent into the setup wizard, but you don't actually have to go through the setup wizard because all the settings are basically here on this page under WooCommerce Settings Fast Cart. This plugin has 2 main options. You can have a side cart or a centered pop-up cart. Side cart's probably more standard, so I'll leave that on for now. And then you can actually have auto open. So when a customer adds an item to their cart, it will automatically slide out and show them what's in their cart. This is a little bit of more of an aggressive kind of strategy for the shop. I'll disable this for now, but you can imagine how it works anyways. Then we get to a really nice setting here allow customers to check out in the fast cart pop-up. And I'll leave this checked so that we can do everything in one place. And then we even have the option to skip the cart entirely and go directly to checkout, which might be really interesting to some of you in certain situations. I'll leave it off for now so we can see the whole flow. Finally, if you want to allow the autofill on the customer's address, you just need to add your Google API key here. Then there are a bunch of cart contents that you can activate or deactivate. I'm going to leave them all active so we can see everything here. But that includes things like product images, quantity pickers, showing coupons, and especially showing things like cross-sells and the keep shopping button. These are really important for allowing customers to add more things to their cart. Then you can have a little floating cart icon. I choose to have mine at the bottom with just the icon only. And this is a critical setting here, replace pages. If I want to completely replace my cart page that I've just set up, as well as my checkout page, then I can actually do that. Everything will be done in this pop-out cart with no page reload. So everything will be done on the same page in the pop-out window. Finally, there are some design options and we can click on Save Changes here. Now let's once again go back to our shop and go through this kind of checkout process one more time. So let's say your customer visits your site and they want to add some items to their cart. So let's just add some basic items here. Let's add this one and this one here, and maybe a mug as well. And you can see this pop-up cart icon here. If I click on that, it'll show me my cart. I can add a coupon. I can keep shopping. I can even add other items that come up on the you may be interested in. This is set up within WooCommerce products, by the way. And if I click on checkout here, then the checkout will load without actually having to load a whole new web page. And you can see it's actually kept my design from Elementor. So that's really nice as well. If I remove this ship to a different address, then we can see an order summary, and then you can place your order. And of course, after that, you'll be brought to the order confirmation page as before. If you play around with the various different settings, like for example, I can show you a centered pop-up and I can skip the cart and go to the checkout immediately. I'll just save those changes really quickly, reload this page, and this is going to bring up the checkout straight away. So when I click on that little cart icon, boom, we're straight into the checkout and it's centered on the page. Again, it keeps my design and I can place the order like that. So that's how you totally optimize your cart and checkout flow with Elementor Pro and potentially with FastCart if you want to speed things up a little. FastCart is linked right here if you want to try out a free demo, and you can check out this video to see more options and more ways to set it up. That's all from me today. And of course, thanks for watching.